Hi, Vishal and Richa. Oh my gosh, this is such a long time coming, I feel like.
Finally.
3 seasons in.
I know. How are you guys?
Very good.
Yes, I see you're in your beautiful house in Miami.
Still working on it. It's like a work in progress that never ends.
But we have some furniture. You see, we're sitting on.
You're sitting on a sofa, finally. We have a tree.
Yeah, the tree is beautiful.
Thank you.
I know how it is. I just moved into a house, well, not even like almost a year ago now, and getting a couch has been like a months, almost year-long process.
We started wallpaper on one wall and we put up 2 pieces and then we both looked at it. We're like, fuck it, we're done.
Yeah.
If 2 pieces looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wallpaper is like really hard to put up, right?
So it's peel and stick, so it should be like a giant sticker, but
We did one that was really good.
yeah, we did one wall, and
I'm
then
gonna
the
show
other
it
wall
to you.
is just terrible.
We did that.
We
wall.
did that,
Oh, it looks good.
thanks, and then we gave up. on the
It's like
rest
an
of them.
accent wall.
That one over there.
It's just a wonder.
Okay.
I literally was like, I can't do anymore. I'm done.
That's how I feel with like every house project. I'm sure everyone can relate to that. It's always, yeah.
Well, I'm making him a handyman now.
Yeah, I've been putting.
Vishal, are you handy?
Now I am. I've literally built so many things in our house, like the gazebo in the backyard, our swing set in the
He
backyard.
built me a closet, like a custom closet.
God.
I gave him
A closet?
Yeah, so he got the gym in the garage,
Yeah,
and
built that.
I have
Okay.
one room has been turned into an office and a full closet for me.
Yeah, and I turned the gym.
Oh my
I turned our garage
gosh.
into a gym. I built that all up.
He doesn't use it. I use it, but it's fine.
She reads instructions really well.
I read instructions really well, and then I use it really well. He just builds it and then never looks at it again.
Yeah, that's how I do it with my partner. I do the instructions and like get things ready, and he like executes. That's how we do it.
I'm not chipping a nail, okay? I paid a lot for my chipping these nails, okay? You do that part.
So it sounds like you're filling up the rooms in your house. I do want to ask about kids. Is there room for a nursery? Are you thinking about it?
Sheenie has the whole house to herself. Her palace.
There's definitely room for like one child in our house, and then if we have more than one,
Okay.
we need a bigger place. But
I've already told him by 40 I want a bigger house.
Okay.
And then I realized how old I was. And I was like, oh God, that's really close.
How old are you?
36.
We're turning 37 this year. So I was like, oh God, that timeline that's quick.
Yeah, I'm the same age as you, like exactly. So I understand. Yeah. So, okay. So there is room potentially for a baby. Are you guys thinking about that? Maybe you don't have an answer yet.
I've been thinking
He
about
has
it for like
his
the past, like since the day I met her, I wanted a baby, but you know,
Oh,
I gotta wait for whenever she's ready. But I'm not no pressure. Whatever is meant to be will be.
yes.
I gave you a zucchini.
Yeah, I want another dog.
Yes, your dog is so cute. Vishal, you said you knew when you met Richa you wanted to have kids with her. Did you always know you wanted to have kids, or was
Oh
it?
no, I'm really good with kids. I have 5 nieces and nephews, and I am like the funkle, you know.
There's something weird about that word. I don't know what it is.
All right.
The funkle.
He's like the one that makes all the parents worry. Like he throws babies up into the air so high. The parents are like,
Yeah.
is he actually going to catch them?
Yeah. Hold them up, legs,
Yeah.
raise them up.
He's that one. He's that
Totally.
uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good, like training. I feel like having a dog is a good training for kids too. Like just having something to take care of that's not you.
Having a husband is really good training for having a kid too. You know? Just saying.
Totally. Oh my gosh. So, okay, are you guys like in Miami full time now? Because I know in the second season there was talk about maybe you'd have a place in Memphis as well. Is that happening, or what's up with that?
So she's been in Miami for the past 5 months. This is probably the longest we've been together. And
Wow. Okay.
it's amazing, but we are still looking for a place in Memphis.
I actually have an appointment to see a vertical house when we're done with it.
Today.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's
Yeah. Just
exciting.
the market went crazy, so I put the looking on pause for a little bit, but
Yeah.
we're still looking for a house there too.
Richa, does that there were some questions about actually like your professional life, what you're up to these days? Because we see more of Vishal's career on the show, but we don't really see yours. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
So what I do is I'm with a very conservative firm. So that's why no one really kind of sees what it is that I do. I don't really talk about it, but I'm still with them. I still go back and forth. I still fly a lot. I just put it on pause a little bit just because last year was so hectic with the wedding, with moving, with filming. So I just took a little bit of not a pause, but I just didn't travel so much. But the traveling will start again, probably in March again. It's also really cold in Memphis, so it's hard to go back.
Yeah.
The traveling's already actually started as of this month.
I just got back from LA last night. Then on Wednesday, we go to New York. And then
oh my gosh,
Thursday we're in Vegas.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, you guys are jet setters.
Yeah. Nonstop.
It seems like the whole cast is like jet setting all over the place, honestly.
We like to be out and about.
Yeah, that's good.
We were a COVID baby show, right? So now we actually like to be out and about everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. I know. Like truly, like COVID started and Family Karma started at the same time. So one thing that I am really curious about, just it's been really nice to see your relationship and the ups and downs over the past 3 years on the show. But you guys have been together for over a decade. I'm curious to hear a little bit more just like about the beginnings of your relationship. And, we know you met through Amrit, but like throughout the years, how has your relationship kind of ebbed and flowed in terms of where you live, what you've been up to, like how you've made big decisions together?
Oh, so I feel like we were babies when we started dating. I was in law school still.
We met when you were in law school.
And but we didn't actually date at that point.
No, we didn't date, but you wanted to like hook up with me.
Him dancing on that stripper pole really got me. They're like,
that's totally, when I met her, she was in law school. I crashed her sister.
I was dating somebody else, by the way. I was in like a full-term relationship with somebody else. And I saw that one and I was like,
oh my, really? Okay. So that must have been kind of messy.
It wasn't messy. I didn't do it. I don't think I did it messy.
No, because after I met her, when I crashed her sister's graduation party, I moved to LA for about 2 years.
Yeah.
And she was still with that guy. But
he also never said anything to me that night. He made Amrit come to me at this party that I met him at. He told Amrit to be like, "Oh, Richa, I think you're hot."
No.
Amrit for a long time. I looked at Amrit dead in the eye, and I was like, "How drunk are you right now? Like, why are you saying this to me?"
I told Amrit to tell Richa that I thought she was
cute. No, he literally Amrit was like, "I think you're hot," and I'm like, Amrit.
Like Indians, you need like Indians, you need to go in between. So I asked Amrit.
This terrible go in between because that was not what he said at all.
It worked. Whatever he said worked because later that night she was like all over me, like go with me.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
There's a little bit of alcohol.
So you like met, and then Vishal, you were in LA for a couple of years, and Richa, you were still dating someone else.
Yeah.
So how did you finally like decide, like, okay, we are an item?
Poked me on Facebook.
He poked you. So like some people are gonna be like, what is a poke?
I was studying like tax law or something like that, and it was like in the middle of the night, and it was like poke, and I was like, the hell is this on Facebook? Nerd is poking me. Oh, this guy.
Okay, it's not.
Oh my God.
You know what? Facebook doesn't get rid of anything. We can always pull out the receipts.
Can you please? I would love to see.
She's a little bit more. No, actually, she's a little mixed up. She's a little bit more aggressive with her messaging of me.
I am aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me more about that. Like, were you like, let's go out?
I messaged her on Facebook when I was moving back, February of 2011.
I don't know. Let's make this seem old.
Yeah, I know.
Long time ago.
So I messaged her a long time ago, over 10 years ago. I was moving back to Miami, and I was like, let's hang out. So then we went on our first date. When we came back, we did like sushi sake.
Oh, yeah.
At Raw Sushi.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we went to Sandbar, and she was like, again, she was like trying to make out with me. And no, all I wanted to do was kiss her. And she was like, I'll do a lot more than just kiss you.
Oh my God.
And I was like, no, I want to take things slow.
I hope your mother listens to this.
I played the long game, and it worked. Like make me hard to get, play hard to get.
Yeah.
You know how she does now, but like that was me before.
Okay, so the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Um, and did you guys, is this like the first time you're truly living together, or have you lived together in the past?
So this is the first, like the first like 5 months in the past 5 years that we've lived together. Before that, yeah, I would, what? What? Before 5 years ago, I was like when you were actually living in Miami full time, I would crash in your like mom's second apartment. I had like a to-go bag whenever her mom came, and I would just pack up my to-go bag and leave and go back to my parents' house. So I stayed with her like illegally.
He's an illegal person in the apartment, but that's fine.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so this is something like, you both obviously are in family comedy. You come from Indian families and backgrounds, and there's definitely like a whole thing about like staying the night over in people's places and things like that. Like, I think in season one of the first things that we see of you two is you're staying at Vishal, your parents' house.
Yeah.
In separate bedrooms, right?
Whenever she stayed at my parents' house, just like out of respect, she would always stay in a separate bedroom. I don't think like parents really wanted us in the same bed until we were engaged.
Well, that's why everyone's like, okay. Oh, Richa, you're so not affectionate. It's just one of those things. I think we grew up in that generation
where you don't want to be affectionate.
Where like it's really weird to like hold hands in front of, at least for me. Like, holding hands, like being touchy-feely, like just seems awkward for them. Maybe it's not awkward for them, but it's awkward for me. So like when people are like, oh, you're just not affectionate with him in public, that's just kind of how we were raised to not. I don't know. Like I don't like PDA, so that just ends up happening when
I love PDA though.
Yeah. Like there are cameras around, like there are people, like there's people there. It's just like that idea of like being super affectionate. Like I'm like, oh God, like our parents are gonna watch this at some point. Like you're gonna watch this at some point. So like that idea is always in my head.
And to begin with, she's just not an affectionate person.
I'm like a cat. When I want love, I like caress and get it, and then I go away.
It's like nighttime cuddling. She wants to cuddle for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hot. Go away.
I mean, it is kind of a logistical thing at a certain point, right?
You have certain uses I need you
I'm just like a bed warmer.
Yeah. The giant heating pad.
So Vishal, would you like cuddle all night if Richa let you?
A little longer than she would like.
Okay.
But I also would get hot after like 30 minutes. But she gets hot after 2 minutes.
So we talked about your love languages during this couples therapy thing that we saw during the season. And, I just thank you for like sharing that you guys did that and sort of destigmatizing therapy in brown communities. Because, I definitely have like the conversations with my parents when I've gone to therapy. It's almost like I'm admitting to them I'm going to therapy. It sort of felt like that in the scene when Lopanti was at your house and you were like, well, we're going to couples therapy.
Why?
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
What's wrong with you now?
I mean, it's definitely like a thing that I feel like our generation has had to sort of like destigmatize. So it's really nice to see that on the show. Are you guys still in couples therapy? How has that journey been? And what do you like? Do you have recommendations for couples who are considering doing couples therapy?
Yeah, I think couples therapy, I think everyone should do it. I would like to do it more often than we're doing it right now. Like once a month, ideally.
Yeah.
We might go a little bit longer periods right now, but still do couples therapy. And I think it's really a game changer in our relationship. And we've been able to like have new forms of communication and really getting our thoughts clearly across, because we have our own ways of processing things, and we expect to know what's going on in the other person's head always. Mm-hmm. And our intentions are not always correspondent with our actions.
I also think in the situation, it was good that he went to therapy on his own too.
You could have gone therapy on your own too, Richa.
But I think it was kind of beneficial just with what was going on. Again, I should probably go on my own too. I just think it's good to go separately and then also have it together as a couple. Certain things that you can only talk about one-on-one, even if you're a partner, sometimes it's just easier to say things one-on-one to someone versus sitting in a joint situation. So I think in our situation, it helped that he went on his own to kind of do his own thing, and then us going together.
but we still have work to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like any relationship though, right? It's always a work in process. Like
it's never going to be perfect,
and
right? That's all. Just how you deal with whatever life has to throw at you.
Yeah, and people change, like over a decade, you're not going to be necessarily exactly the same person that you met.
Oh no, I was useless when she first met me. Oh, God, I'm so glad I'm not the same person 10 years ago. Like how?
Thank God your hairstyle changed.
Oh, that's so funny.
And the blue contacts are gone.
I had the blue.
You had blue contacts?
I had that phase for like year in college.
Every Indian goes through that, right? Or a lot do.
I grew out of it because of her.
I was like, we're not going to read those anymore, and we're going to.
She also made me work out. She made me go to the gym.
Yeah.
I was like, like a skinny fat, like maybe 40, 50 pounds lighter with a belly. So she's like, no, can't do that. We're going to the gym. So we did CrossFit. We started doing CrossFit together and haven't stopped.
Yeah. It seems like you guys, outdoor activities and doing stuff like that together is something you really enjoy, like getting exercise together and stuff like that. Is that something?
No, we love that. Like hiking, disconnecting. We're doing that next week in Vegas. We're going to go to Death Valley.
Yeah.
Oh,
we love hiking.
Is this the right time of year to go? Like it's
so we've actually
done
hiking
deadly.
in Arizona and Utah a couple of Februarys ago, and it was
Bryce in February, and
so it was actually beautiful. Like Bryce was covered in like snow, so to see what do they call like the upside down like sand duny thingies, whatever they are.
I know what you want to call them.
I know it.
Just say what you want to call them.
The upside down penis thingies that are in the air. So those were covered completely in snow, and it was beautiful. It was cold, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, sometimes it's nice if it's a little cool when you're like out hiking. It gets really sweaty.
No one's also there, so that makes it better. It's a little bit emptier.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the next time you guys come out to Colorado, you'll have to look us up because
definitely, yes.
We love Colorado. Like we go there. We used to go there like twice or 3 times a year.
Yeah, it's so great. The hiking here is awesome, and especially in Boulder, you're just right next to it.
She's gonna think that we're like good hikers, and then she's gonna see me when I'm trying to hike up a mountain, like dying for dear life, and then make fun.
We're not
good at it.
I'm okay.
Actually, he's good at it. I'm like the one struggling. Take my backpack. I don't need anything.
I carry all her stuff and her up the mountain.
That's what else are relationships for.
I'm like, all the water. Can you carry 4 liters of water on your back? I'm just gonna carry my jacket.
I mean, the water thing is real. Like when you start to run low on water and you're like a mile away from wherever, it's oh, this is a little bit dicey. Yeah. Okay, so a lot of questions came in about Anisha and your guys's relationship with her and the comments that she made on Watch What Happens Live about your relationship not lasting. And, beyond that, like, there's a lot of chatter online. People see what they see in the show. Obviously, we're seeing like dramatic things and whatever. Do you have like an answer to that?
I mean, we've already survived 10 years, so I don't know what the hell it is.
We've gone through the ringer already.
She hasn't even made it a year. Yeah, she made it a year. So to talk shit about someone that's 12 years in, I don't know what you want me to say.
maybe less than 10 years.
Yeah. Were you surprised that she said that about Amrit and Nicholas too?
Surprise.
No.
That's just Anisha, I feel like.
Yeah.
We still haven't, we're still waiting to meet this guy too, right? Wasn't she saying like...
Are you kidding? Oh my God.
Like he's permanent, we'll meet him, so is he not permanent yet? I don't know.
Okay, so you haven't met him even still?
Hopefully soon.
Okay.
If you want to meet them, I am happy for her. I wish them very well. And I know marriage is not easy, and I think that's why maybe she made those comments, because she saw the ordeals, I guess, that we've gone through in the past 10 years. Like she's been a witness through all of it, but that's why I'm surprised that she said it, because like she knows that whatever we go through, we always come out of it. It may not be fun, like having to witness it always, but you're always there at the end of the day. So I don't know where I was going with this.
I know. I was like,
I am jet lagged.
Yeah. Totally. So Vishal, you've known Anisha like your whole life. Like, when did you guys actually meet?
We had like this. We all grew up in the same community, so
yeah,
I have pictures. Like, she was very close, like, to my sister. Growing up, like,
okay,
the girls group had the girls, and the guys hung out with just the guys. Girls had cookies. Like that, at that age, like I was probably like 8 or 9 years old, and
okay,
we all go like as big groups, like go to the movies and have like Diwali practices. But I would say we started like actually becoming closer because it was like very separate. Like the girls always had their thing. It was probably not until like the later teenage years that we started having a friendship, like aside from the sisters.
Okay. And where would you say your friendship is now with Anisha?
I think we're still family. We still support each other. I'll be there at her show in Miami.
Okay, that's great.
So yeah, no, we don't. We still support each other. We still fight, but we make up at the end of the day. Like, I know if I pick up the phone and I need something, I can still call her.
Okay, that's good to know because it's been interesting because like we start season 1 with you guys like talking to each other in the toilet, and then it's like I feel like recently we like never see you two interacting.
Friendships go through phases,
yeah.
She has her new relationship. I think it would be fun to go on some double dates and meet the guy and give him a hard time. But maybe that's why we haven't met him yet. But
she's married to him. We kind of have
him.
But I didn't know your friends.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing that we're seeing a lot of this season is obviously the drama going on with wedding planning for Amrit and Nicholas, but we started the season like with your wedding. We didn't see like any of the lead up to it. Your wedding looked spectacular, like the best time, just awesome. Just from where I'm sitting, which is like, I have no idea, but just watching the stories and stuff, it seemed like you guys like really had it kind of locked down. Like it didn't seem that stressful.
I would like to say that had to do with us, but we had fantastic wedding planners.
Okay.
Swear to God, Shiny Destinations took control over everything that we had to do. We told them what we wanted and they executed it. The only thing I think Vishal and I had to worry about were our outfits.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was
so
pretty much it. Other than that, they would give us like a very small to-do list for the week. That were like basic things.
And we
we were bad at doing that.
Yeah, we were really bad. We were really chill about it, but I think we didn't let our parents get too heavily involved in it.
Yeah.
Because we know they would have a lot of opinions on what they want to do. And they still did.
Yeah.
Their opinions, and they have what they wanted, who they want to invite, and we just basically said no.
Okay, so that's an interesting difference because clearly like Amrit is letting his parents like dictate quite a bit, not everything.
It's a balance, right? And
yeah.
We had this conversation before. Like I made it very clear to him. I said, look, you come from a very big family and I come from a very small family.
Yeah.
And that's tension in our relationship just from the beginning, like of how to deal with those dynamics. So I said, look, we're going to plan a wedding. It needs to be about us and we need to keep everyone else out of it. I think we told our parents that from up front too, that like, we'll do like the basic things that you guys want, but this is our wedding. Like, just let us do it the way we want to do it. And they were as hands off as they could. Still like his mom and my mom still had like things they wanted to do.
My mom still wanted to invite a lot of people, and I wanted to invite a lot of people. We had fights about the wedding planning process. Yeah, we still fought a lot about that. I'm glad they didn't capture that on film because planning is stressful, and there's fights about literally everything. And I think guests and my family being so big and hers being so small, like I guess she didn't want to make the wedding seem so one-sided and overwhelming. I get that. Like having a big family is overwhelming at times, and coming from a smaller family, you want to have both sides equally, represented at the wedding.
Yeah, and it's hard. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I find it hard to tell Indian relatives that they're not invited to a wedding.
That's why we picked destination weddings.
Well, we
so
did a
destination
harder. Wedding, and then it also kind of in the middle of COVID again.
Omicron was.
So,
oh yeah,
you know, it ended up, you know, whoever could make it. Like there was a lot of people that actually last minute couldn't make it too, which sucked. But I mean, it was what it was, and it was still a great party. There were still a lot of people that we wish could have been there, though. That you know.
But you know what? It was still perfect for us. Besides the last like 5 minutes of the wedding.
Yeah.
It was like a shampoo effect, you know? Like
the shampoo effect.
Oh my God, it's a real thing. So you're partying for 4 days straight, and I'm drinking.
You didn't have to party for 4 days straight, as hard as you did. You had to put so much shampoo. You put less.
Let me explain what that is. Basically, it's like you're drinking for 3 days straight, and you have like that base of alcohol still in your system. So like that last, it's just easier to go a little. Like you'll have that remnants.
Yeah.
And shampoo too. Yeah, I just rinse better.
You guys crack me up. Okay, so speaking of the alcohol in your system, you know, big storyline, and also just like thank you for sharing your story in terms of like the aftermath of that and sort of like deciding not to drink for a while. And where are you at, Vishal, now with alcohol?
Well, you'll see that that journey continue to play out in the next 2 episodes, and I don't want to give up too much away.
Okay.
But you'll see where I'm at exactly by the last episode.
Okay. So there's 2 more episodes. The finale's on the 26th.
Correct.
So just so people know about that.
But I definitely had to cut back, and I'm glad. I'm very happy where I am right now, and not like feeling the need to have it in social settings.
Okay, that's great. So let's talk about your moms. And you know, what we see on the show, I know is not always probably a representation of what's going on in reality. You know, how
it is a very well representation, and I think it's even less downplayed about her mother than it really is.
Oh, really? Okay, say more about that.
Continue.
Oh no, I'm shutting my mouth right now.
You just opened a can of worms and then you ran away.
No.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty accurate. You know, the moms have really.
The moms are who the moms are.
For a while.
Yeah.
Very different personalities, but it's a very touchy subject for both of us. I don't want to go too much into it because I have my strong opinions about it and she has hers.
Yeah. Okay. Like how often is it actually like an issue though in your everyday lives? Like, you know, I guess Lopanti, how often is she in Miami as well these days?
She has her place. She comes frequently.
Okay.
You know, but I got to a point, and I think I said it maybe season 2 or season 3, where I got to a point where I kept trying to fight a war that wasn't gonna, like, I wasn't gonna win.
Yeah.
If you two just don't get along or you get along, whatever it is, like, just leave me out of it at this point. I'm not going to stress over it.
We still have a very like up and down relationship, me and her mom. You know, sometimes it's awkward and sometimes it's bad, but you know, one day it'll be good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sometimes it's sour, sometimes sweet, you know, whatever. Less sour.
It just seems like every time I speak with her, we have 2 different conversations. Like I say one thing and she's saying another thing, and our words don't really match up well.
Okay. So there's just like, you're just ships passing in the night a lot of the time. One of the like conversations we saw with all 3 of you was about Richa reconnecting with your sister, and she has a baby now. And Vishal, you were the one who was in touch with her. And I actually heard from some people who were like, maybe that was overstepping of Vishal to insert himself into your family dynamics, Richa. It didn't seem like that from what we saw, but how did you feel about that, Richa?
So when this was all happening, it was, I'm happy that he did it. But there was times when it was like going on where I was like, you just don't understand because you weren't there at the beginning when all this kind of happened. So he didn't understand all the dynamics, but I'm very happy that he did do it because he's the one that kind of got the ball rolling. And there were times where he was just like, Richa, it doesn't matter. Like your nephew has nothing to do with anything. You need to be present for X, Y, and Z. And I was like, okay, fine. Like there was those times where it was like you just needed that push. Because 10 years is a long time to have like that gap.
Yeah.
To get kind of over certain things. So he was just like, it doesn't matter. I don't care what you feel right now. You're going to regret it later. Yeah, so just go.
And for all of our relationship, she was not like part of our lives during our relationship. I never got to really know her besides that one instance where I crashed a graduation party. When I came back, she was already not a part of Richa's life at that moment. So I heard throughout the 10 years of our relationship so many stories about Richa's sister and like how much fun they both had. They were literally
because Amrit and her had hung out multiple times.
Yeah, because Amrit was in law school with you, but I was not living here. But I heard that like from Amrit that these two were best friends. They would always go out. So I just wanted that relationship back for her, and I thought it would be good to have her back in our lives. And I know it was a long process, but they're in such a good place right now.
Yeah. And it sounded like the root of the disconnect was this relationship she was in. Is that true, Richa?
So we're still kind of learning as we're, speaking to each other, like what kind of actually happened, what didn't happen. I mean, obviously there's 3 sides to the story, right?
Yeah.
So, I've obviously heard my mom's story the entire time, and I actually don't know everything that happened between the two of them. I'm kind of learning that, as the conversations are happening again. It was one of those things that my mom was so hurt when all this happened. Yeah. No one wanted to ask and pry at that time just because I knew how hurt my mother was. I was obviously hurt at the time. So it was one of those things you just kind of all just, sometimes we'd be upset about it and like scream about it, and then you would just move on, but no one actually had a conversation of like details of what had actually happened. So starting to.
Yeah. So that's great that you're working through that now. Have you gotten to see your nephew and see your sister a lot recently?
All the time.
Does she live in Miami?
Yeah.
She's like 20 minutes from us.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really great.
No.
Well,
it's been very good.
Yeah, definitely. Just because it's been kind of a big plot point this season, I'm just curious to get your 2 reaction on the whole Monica and Rishi situation. Vishal's giving a very funny look.
I'm giving a funny look to Richa because she's like skirting away.
That gondola date, that was fantastic.
Okay, the gondola date was a little...
Rishi, what were you thinking?
The gondola date was very cringy.
Oh, God. I was watching it, and I was like...
Oh, my gosh.
And...
I mean... yeah.
So, okay. No, I want to say...
yeah, there's no words.
No. Relationships are hard.
Yeah, so
and we can't always, pretend like we're in a perfect relationship because no one's freaking perfect. We're not. We're really far from perfect.
Are you trying to fix his gondola ride for him?
No, but you know what? I like the date. The date was like it was a nice date, but like if that's your normal idea of a date, but Monica was definitely expecting a ring at that time. If that was like a normal date in their relationship, it's fine. But it seemed like that was not a normal date for their relationship. It seemed like a bit extra that she was probably expecting a ring.
Well, maybe it wasn't extra, but I just think maybe
the flowers.
I think what was going on and like the conversations they were having. We all.
Yeah, I thought
we all assumed it was a proposal.
I still thought like watching the show like back. I was like, they're just keeping this a secret, right? They are engaged, right? They're engaged.
2 days before it showed, he's like, they're really engaged, aren't they? It's gonna come on TV, and I was like,
oh my God, that's so wild. Well, For me, it was like the rose
Yeah.
petals on the walk up. I was like, you don't just do that like for a date.
Yeah, because
Yeah, like
I
think about
like
the gondola
okay,
ride. No
I
flowers.
did the rose petals during one of our many engagements. I did the rose petals. Right? The
yeah,
second
yeah,
engagement.
exactly, right?
Which one was that one? The mariachi band?
No, the one before the mariachi band.
Oh.
Okay, there was another engagement. There was Grand Canyon engagement.
There's no rose petals there.
No rose petals there. But after that,
Mhm.
when we switched rings,
Oh, okay.
I proposed to you again with rose petals in your
I feel like that's like
apartment.
the first indicator. So
Yeah.
Yeah, like something extra is happening if there's rose petals.
no one kills a rose and like puts the petals on the floor for no reason.
Unless you're doing puja.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really push-up.
Yeah. Exactly. What was this switching rings thing that you just mentioned?
Oh.
So when he proposed at the Grand Canyon, I think once we got back into the car, I asked him how much the ring cost, and I looked at the ring and I was like, oh, and I was like, where's the box? And I put the ring back into the box and closed it.
Trying to be a little bit more budget friendly for me, and I appreciate.
Okay.
She's very practical.
I was like, we're gonna get.
So you were like, this is too much. Like, this is not a responsible decision.
You overspent on that ring.
Yeah, she wanted me to say
I know.
something.
He told me the cost and he told me the size, and I was like, boy,
Yes.
we're gonna reshop again.
Well, we ended up getting a family diamond and made a ring out of that.
Oh, that's nice. What do you all make of kind of back to the Anisha situation, like having a timeline for the proposal, expecting a Jolly Rancher, rock, like all of these things? Is that something that like Vishal, having known her for so long, like, yeah, this is in line with like what I would have expected from her? Do you think like anything has changed with her recently to make that happen?
I think she's at the age where, you know, she knows what she wants. Is it what I would have done personally myself? No, I think if you're going to do all the planning and do exactly what you want, why don't you just propose to him at that point, you know, instead of making him propose to you? If you know what you want and you're so sure about it, why don't you just take like control and fully at that point, and you go down on one knee and propose to him?
Yeah.
That's basically what it was. That's the only change I would see, because she knows what she wants. That's fine, but
yeah, having a timeline and all that, I don't think is that big deal.
Yeah, but expecting the other person to be on your timeline and telling them exactly what to do and planning it out from like A to Z.
I think she took away from the proposal part of it though. Yeah. Like you should at that point, yeah, you should propose.
No, at that point you can make it romantic and you could be the one that proposes to him, right?
Yeah.
That's the only change I would, and that would have fit with her.
Who she is, her personality.
A little bit. Like instead of like doing all like telling him exactly step by step what to do, just you keep that to yourself and do and propose to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And keep that.
Yeah, it's like,
you know, I love surprises. I love like big romantic gestures, and I always try surprising her. Like I love big dates. I love getting engaged to her over and over again, and like these big over the top events, and that's just what I like.
What do you have planned for me on Valentine's Day?
We're going to New York.
Yeah, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. What are your guys' plans?
It's a surprise.
He's like, oh shit, it's tomorrow. That was that face.
I just got
that was that face. I just
and Richa knows.
No idea.
A couple hours ago, and we're both leaving. I thought we could celebrate Valentine's Day like the next weekend when it's a little cheaper. You know, the next up.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when you get married. Mm-hmm. I kept him unmarried for the 11 years before.
I know. I asked her this. I asked her this.
The world now.
No, but we know Valentine's Day is expensive. So you know we're married now. We're trying to buy more properties. Let's save. Like have the same Valentine's date, but just 1 week later.
Yeah, that's fair. When it comes to like anniversaries and things like that, and birthdays and Valentine's Days, like, do you always give each other gifts, or does there always have to be something special planned, or is it kind of like more flexible, especially now that you're married?
No, I try doing surprises always and big gestures. Not so much about the gift. I would say more about the experience. We like experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I get him a gift, he loses it.
Yeah,
I just stopped giving him gifts at this point.
Even my ring,
Vishal no longer is allowed to wear his wedding ring. He only wears rubber silicone rings.
Yeah, I've lost them. I've lost
Okay.
so many times. Like I just play with them. And
you have your ring on right now?
I have a silicone one and it just ripped. So I have another one in the drawer I'm gonna get. I have a huge bag of them.
Yeah.
I play with them a lot and I still break the silicone ones somehow, the indestructible
Okay.
ones. So I have a bag in the drawer and I just keep replacing it.
Yeah, well, at least you know your limitations when it comes to rings.
I still have the rings. She found one of my rings in the bottom of like the laundry.
I found his engagement ring 6 months later in our dryer. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, you have to be.
I could see myself losing a ring easily too. I mean,
No,
it's hard
don't
help them. We have to wrap up soon, but Richa, Vishal says he likes to do surprises and things like that. When it's Vishal's birthday or something, like, do you do a surprise or?
I'm so terrible at surprises. I'll literally be like, just tell me what you want to do, who do you want to invite, and I'll just put it together. I have a terrible party.
And I tell her I want a surprise.
I know.
Okay.
His birthday, we always actually fight before his birthday because I'm like, what? Just tell me what you want. Because what I want, like what I would plan for him is like, I don't like that idea. And I'm like, then just tell me what you want.
Just surprise me the way I surprised her. That's all I want. It doesn't matter what it is. Just surprise me.
But would you be happy if it was something that wasn't quite what you thought it would be? I guess the point of a surprise is you just aren't expecting it at all.
Yeah, just like the intention behind it, right?
Yeah. Okay. More love languages coming out here. All right. Well, we have to wrap up. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. We're just loving the show, loving the season.
This is way long overdue. I feel like we're already family.
I know, right? The first of many meetings, I hope. And just congratulations on another great season. So exciting that there's so many episodes. Hopefully we're getting a season 4. Can you say anything about that?
Let's go.
All right. So
I'm ready for it. I'm ready. We have a lot more story.
A lot's happened.
Share.
A lot's happened.
Oh
yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we definitely need a season 4. Bravo, make it happen. Thank you so much for talking with me today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we can't wait to see the last 2 episodes of the end of the season.
Wedding time.
It's
woohoo!
It's such an awesome wedding. Everyone's going to tear up.
Awesome. Great. Can't wait. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.